Hello and welcome to Appliance Master Live. Thanks for joining us again this week. And before we start, I want to throw a shout out and thank the Adams family, Morticia and Fester, for standing in for us last week. Yeah, it's good to have friends you can count on. With us today, as usual, is Kari over here on my left. And a special treat is Donny. We grabbed him off the road, so he's going to join us today.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, so today we're talking about, the do's and don'ts of washing machines. So we're going to go over some things that, common questions that customers might have that they present to us, and some things that Donny can offer as, as far as maintaining the washing machine. So I guess the first thing that, people would come to mind is, what's the difference between a top loader and a front loader as far as high efficiency goes in a regular washing machine?
I guess before people make a $1,000 investment or whatever, they want to know the features, what's best.
Yep.
And I guess I'm old school. I prefer a top loader only because it's very simple. It's simpler, but a front loader uses less energy, less electric, uses less water, and can actually clean better. But of course, it's more higher
maintenance.
Well, but it's also, what's the word I'm looking for? It's stronger. It's more vigorous on your clothing. So that's why, that's the trade-off for a washing cleaner. It's like it beats your clothes up a little bit harder.
Yeah, because it's tumbling the clothes vertically versus using that centrifugal force.
And higher spins too, higher spin speeds.
Yeah.
And then, do you have to use special detergent with a front loader versus a top loader?
No, they're all the same.
Now they're all high efficiency. Like 5 years ago there was a transition in, but now they're all pretty much the same. But like Donny was alluding to, like front loaders can be more maintenance, and they have more moving parts. There's a lot more going on. Top loaders are usually simpler design.
A lot less going on inside.
Probably, I don't know.
No counterweights. You have a lot of parts that are inside the washing machine that you don't actually see from the outside, but being a technician, you get in there and you can see a lot of parts.
So I guess it's probably less likely to fail, when things break. They're probably a little easier to work on. Top loaders.
Top loaders, yeah, especially on the front.
And then, as far as some things that a customer might be able to do to maintain their washing machine themselves, what is something that you would recommend them do as far as keeping it working properly, smelling okay? Because I know that becomes an issue sometimes.
All the machines now recommend you run a clean cycle.
A lot of them actually have a clean cycle on them. If they don't sanitize or whites something hot with hot water, they sell you fresh tablets.
Yeah, even those clean cycles, you have to use a product like A-Fresh. I don't think they just uses plain hot water.
A lot of them will say it right on there. A-Fresh tablets.
Yeah.
Yep. Always go to your user manual if you're in any doubts.
That's definitely the safest bet, is to go through the owner's manual, I would think,
and
as far as cleaning it and the detergent recommendations.
But a reason why you have to clean your washing machine and your dishwasher now is because of the detergents are different. There's no more phosphates. Phosphates would just kill everything, but now, so we're kinder and gentler to our environment. But now you have to wash your washing machine every once in a while.
Trade-off somewhere, right?
Yeah, all that soap scum builds up in spots that don't have a lot of moving water. For example, in between the wash basket and the actual tub, you can't get to that, so you would need a cleaner to use during the cleaning cycle to break that up and pass it through.
And that also can lead to odors.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So if you're
And then, do you have to wash off the gasket on a front loader every so often to prevent mold? Or I know we recommend leaving the lid open or the front door open a little bit so moisture doesn't sit around in there, but do you have to clean the gasket off at all?
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to clean it unless you see debris building up on there, but at that point we've gotten past that point. But the rule of thumb is to just make sure it's dry when you're done using it for the day. You don't have to dry it after every use because it's just going to get wet again. So yeah, basically when you're done using the washing machine, front loaders we're talking about, they have that rubber boot around the front when you close the door. What you want to do is you want to just make sure it's dry, and you can move it. It's malleable. You can move it and clean inside all the way around 360. A lot of people will dry the bottom of it because the water starts pooling down there. However, there's drains down there, so if you're pooling water down there, you have an issue already. You have a drain that's clogged.
Blockage,
Yeah.
But a lot of those folds inside there, they never, there's some pretty heavy folds inside that boot, and they oftentimes don't, dry thoroughly.
Right.
So occasional wipe every month or so wouldn't be a bad idea.
And then what is like some routine maintenance that an appliance master technician might perform on a washing machine, just, for a maintenance call? Or some things that they check out?
We don't get too many maintenance calls, but when we do go out to a washing machine and there happens to be an issue with the washing machine, number one things that I usually check are making sure that the unit is level. Make sure it's level on the ground, front and back, left to right. Because what that does is it, especially with the top loaders at this point, you have suspension rods that hold up the tub, so the tub's going to want to sit parallel with the ground. So if you're unlevel, it's going to put strain on those suspension arms, and you run into different problems with that.
And a lot of the front loaders, almost all of the front loaders I'm aware of, have a like a catch before the water pump. There's like a strainer, and you always find coins, toothpicks, any number of things, and even it gets even with cleaning cycles, it gets kind of filthy down there. It's like, so that should be cleaned out at least once a year. And that's something that shows up in a homeowner's manual too. But of course, if you're not comfortable doing that, it's something we can do.
Yeah, they have instructions on that. If you have access to it, there's a little panel in the front, little tiny door that opens up, and I'd say about 75% of the time there's actually a hose there that you can unplug, and it'll drain the water from the unit so that you can take that coin catch out. But if you check your pockets before you put your clothes in the washing machine, you can prevent that altogether.
Yeah, who does that? Who does that?
I think everyone's guilty of forgetting to do that once in a while.
Yep.
Yeah, been there, done that.
And then I guess the other thing we would probably check is the hoses, right? We recommend using the steel hoses.
Of course.
Or mesh.
And
what is that called? Stainless steel?
Yeah, that's right, exactly, as opposed to the black rubber hoses. And every once in a while, just poke your head behind the machine, make sure that you don't see corrosion on the hoses or on the plumbing, or even like stains from where they're like copper, the green, or mineral traces from where water has been dripping but it's dry. Just look for clues like that, because usually all the big massive leaks start off as small ones, so you can catch that early. Again, look behind your washing machine like 6 times a year. It's like, make that a habit.
Yeah, well, I mean, if anybody has any other specific questions relating to washing machines, whether it be a top loader or a front loader, feel free to leave a comment on this video. You could also give us a call at 800-752-7123 or visit our website, APPLIANCEMASTER.com. We'll be more than happy to help you out.
Okay.
And maybe we'll send Donny over, depending on where you live.
Thanks for joining us today, Donny, and hope to see you again next week,
It's always a
everybody.
pleasure.